going severe weather. And viewers, moving on to the top focus story, the death toll of the Hong Kong apartment building fire, which engulfed 7 tower blocks on Wednesday, has risen to 146. According to the Hong Kong police, at least 79 people were injured in the fire, and the police have completed the search operation in 4 blocks. But the entire processing of searching the burnt building is expected to take around 3 to 4 weeks. Meanwhile, 8 people have been arrested on suspicion of corruption over the renovation works the blocks had been undergoing, and 3 others were detained earlier on manslaughter charges. After Hong Kong's deadliest fire in over 75 years, thousands are angered and saddened, determined to gain justice for the victims, even as Beijing warned it would use a national security law to crack down on any anti-China protest in the wake of the fire. Let's have a look at what the officer in charge of the Casualty Inquiry Unit had to say.
直至到今日嘅下晝4點鐘咧，最新嘅遇難者數目咧係去到146名㗎啦。咁而我哋都唔排除咧嗰個死亡嘅個案咧會上升嘅。
All right, I'm now joined in by Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who's a journalist at the Korea Herald, joins us live from Seoul in South Korea. Thank you, sir, for joining us here at NewsX World. Now, how do you see the situation unfolding after the Hong Kong fire? We also know that local elections are due in Hong Kong, and there are going to be voices being raised against the Chinese control of Hong Kong. Of course, there's a warning that's coming from China. How do you assess the situation?
Kriti, first of all, this should not be seen just as a human tragedy, but there is an issue of lapses in the entire urban planning system and the urban safety concerns. And it is signaling a very strong concern, not just in Hong Kong being part of China. It's not a matter of geopolitics or Chinese sovereignty, but it's a matter of human lives that has been lost. Unfortunately, it's very unfortunate, as we were correctly mentioning, that 146 people have already lost their lives and 46 or 79 are injured. So, first of all, our deepest condolences to them who lost their life, and I wish a quick recovery of those who are injured and those of their families. So, first of all, that should be like our concern as a foreign media journalist. But if we see as a long-term effect of this, it is raising concern in the entire Hong Kong residents, because Hong Kong has it comprises a huge number of skyscrapers and with high density of population, and that is why you and me can imagine what kind of fear that these people might have been going through, because you don't know like which building is going to be the next, and that is the major concern here. And that is why when you mentioned about the corruption cases and the possibility of corruption in this, it is going to affect in long run, because the real estate prices had been skyrocketing always in Hong Kong, and there is a house dream there. So it is going to affect a lot of people, and it is an international issue.
What about the China question?
Yeah. So, from Chinese perspective, there is no doubt that, international society is now, I think, perceives Hong Kong as part of China. So there is no change in that. So it should not be seen as a China concerned thing, but it should be seen as a huge human tragedy and lapses caused by corruption. And there is also a migrant perspective there, because many migrants have lost their lives too, including I think at least 7 people from Indonesia has died, and 1 Filipino also has been killed. So because of these, Hong Kong has huge number of foreign residents. So they are also, I think, having a fearful life right now, and their housing system also has to be managed well. This is raising huge concerns. So I do not see it from a China issue, but it is an issue of Hong Kong authorities and corruption in China in long run, because Hong Kong is part of China technically.
Right, but
Yes.
a larger concern is how voices are being stopped from raised and any sort of protest is being stifled. Anti-China protest. In fact, my sources are telling me that they're not allowed to speak to anybody on the situation about that. So that is my larger concern. What are you learning about that?
You see, from international media perspective, this should not become an issue, because freedom of expression should be respected everywhere in the world, not just in China. And I think Chinese authorities will have to realize that freedom of expression should be respected. We do not know exact details like how these things are happening, but if something like this is happening, it is a great concern for you and me both.
Absolutely. Well, given that national security of Hong Kong is under China, human security is a crucial aspect of it. And with that, I'd let you go and thank you for joining us here at NewsX World, Dr. Sanjay Kumar there. And viewers, we now have a breaking news coming in.